In our chapel intern's office there, you can see a cross lit up. That was the cross from that original chapel at 202 North Denver. The stained glass in that cross was designed by a master craftsman. That master craftsman also designed the stained glass in the window behind me and the two windows, not those. Albert told me wrong. He told me he did those two. That master craftsman is here today, and he was also the foreman and in charge of the project to move Restore Hope here to 2960 Charles Page, Dick Garwood.
Well, to begin with, I was just in charge of the volunteers. And it was kind of a deal where Larry Johnson cornered me in the spring of '94 and said, "Would you be one of our volunteer coordinators?" There were supposed to be three of us, myself and Dee Burns and Wayne Sands. Well, Wayne and Dee both had heart problems before we got the building. So it came down to me, and we had meetings. We didn't have a building yet, but we had meetings to see what we were going to do. And finally, in the fall of '94, we were able to get this building. And we were eager to start. We were ready to build. On the north end of it, we had a kind of a lean-to out there. And so we got the lean-to demolished. And there was begin with, this building was used for refurbishing oil field equipment, mainly drilling rigs. And so we had a huge paint booth inside that you could lay the whole rig down in it and paint it. Same way we had a sandblasting rig, and you could lay the whole rig down and sandblast it. Part of that was that they used steel shot. When we got ready, got the rigs out and the sandblasting booth out, they'd used steel shot, and it had rusted to the floor. We actually had to take a jackhammer to get it off the floor. But the north end we had torn off. Of course, every time we got a rain, the north wind blew it in underneath, and we had water standing on the floor. So a bunch of us would come out and we'd sweep the water off, because we just knew we were getting started before Christmas. We hadn't planned on the city. It took us until May of '95 before we got all of our permits and were able to get started on the building. And we had Messick Construction came on as our building contractor. We had Wally Wozencraft was our architect when we got started. And so it was really getting started and getting everything out. Messick got right busy on it. They had to take off a lot of the front because it was damaged. Well, to begin with, the west side over here was mainly big bay doors. They had to take the doors down, and they replaced all that siding and frontage in there. So they can close this building in June of that year, that summer. No windows, no air conditioner. We worked inside. The average temperature in here was about 120 degrees. All we had was squirrel cage fans to cool us. Needless to say, we had a lot of slim people that summer. We got in here, and I'll say this, we had many volunteers. We had over 3,000 hours of volunteer labor, and it came from all the churches in the city. It was great. They all came to work. They might not know exactly how to hang sheetrock or hang the insulation, because every wall in this place is insulated. Because when the people are working in their rooms, counseling, they don't want sound going through the walls. So all the walls were insulated. So this place is sound. To begin with, it's a building within a building, because they literally put steel studs up and rebuilt the whole building inside. All the outside walls are 6-inch steel studs with insulation in them. So this place has got a good firm start. Let's see, where we're at here. Oh, when we started getting on down the line, it was amazing of the amount of material that was donated to us. We had, I don't know who it was, somebody had all this tile out here, left over, donated. We stored tile across the street. All of our big tables that we keep out here in the room, they're all old tables, or excuse me, old doors from Oklahoma Natural Gas. We cut them down, made tables out of them. They're heavy, you can't hardly pick one of them up. But they've lasted for 15 years too. So it's been great. But anyway, we finally got all of our construction done. We moved in October of '95. And I got the window installed in December '95. And silly me, I thought I was done volunteering. But I found out that I can't get away from the place. I gotta be here. So I'm done.